November 2025 Visa Bulletin predictions. Huge shifts ahead. The month that could change everything. Imagine waiting years, sometimes over a decade, for a green card, watching every Visa Bulletin like it's a lifeline. Now picture this. The November 2025 Visa Bulletin is just around the corner, and it's not just another update. It could decide whether your family finally takes a step forward or stays stuck in limbo for months, maybe years. This is the month applicants have been holding their breath for. Why November matters more than most. October gave us the reset, new annual green card numbers, a chance to restart the cycle. But November is when we see if that momentum continues or fades. Historically, November bulletins reflect the government's real allocation strategy after October's optimism. If you're in EB2 India, EB3 Philippines, or family categories like F4, the shifts this month could define your entire immigration journey. Looking back, October's critical clues. October 2025 wasn't dramatic, but it set the stage. We saw cautious forward movement in EB2 worldwide and modest advancements in EB2 China. EB2 India barely nudged forward, but filing dates jumped significantly. For many, that meant new eligibility to file I-485 applications and access work permits and travel documents. The absence of major retrogressions in October gave hope that November could build momentum instead of taking it away. Employment-based predictions for November 2025. EB1 priority workers. For EB1 worldwide, the good news continues. This category should remain current, meaning applicants can file without delay. China and India remain the exceptions. Both are under heavy demand, but analysts predict at least 1 to 2 weeks of forward movement. Even these small steps matter because in EB1, the difference between a few weeks can open the door for thousands of professionals waiting in line. EB2 Advanced Degree Professionals. The spotlight this November falls on EB2 India. After years of extreme backlogs, analysts expect a forward movement of around 3 months, bringing the cutoff to mid-2013. It's far from enough to clear the line, but any acceleration helps. EB2 China should hold steady around early 2020, while EB2 worldwide remains current, a sign of balance between demand and supply outside the backlogged countries. EB3 Skilled Workers and Professionals. EB3 India, which suffered a painful retrogression in August, is clawing its way back. Predictions show a 2 to 3 month advancement, likely pushing dates into late 2012. It's still behind EB2 India, but the trend suggests stability is returning. For the rest of the world, EB3 may inch forward by 1 month, a slow yet steady pace. Family-sponsored predictions for November 2025. F2A Spouses and Children of Permanent Residents. This category is the bright spot in family-based immigration. F2A is expected to remain current worldwide. That means spouses and children of green card holders can continue applying without the painful wait seen in other categories. F4 Siblings of U.S. citizens. The F4 category, on the other hand, remains deeply backlogged. For November, Mexico and the Philippines could see a slight advancement of 1 month, but India and the worldwide category may not move at all. Families in these groups must brace for the reality that progress is painfully slow, often measured in single months across entire years. Spillover visas, the game changer. One of the biggest forces driving movement this year is spillover. Every year, unused family-based visas flow into employment-based categories. According to USCIS data, nearly 10,000 visas are expected to spill into employment-based numbers this November. That's especially critical for EB2 India, where demand far exceeds supply. Without spillover, progress in that category would stall almost entirely. The role of humanitarian programs. There's also a lesser-known factor at play. Humanitarian parole programs for displaced populations, such as Ukrainians and Afghans, have indirectly freed up family-based visa numbers. When these cases are handled outside traditional categories, it creates room for more family and employment visas to move forward. This ripple effect is one reason October showed optimism, and it could continue into November. New USCIS policy updates. Premium processing expansion. As of September 2025, USCIS expanded premium processing for EB1 and EB2 categories. That means I-140 petitions can now be approved in as little as 45 days, instead of waiting months. For applicants stuck in employer sponsorship delays, this is a huge advantage. EB5 investor visa reforms. Another development comes from EB5 investor visas. Officials have hinted at reforms prioritizing rural and infrastructure projects in fiscal year 2026. By spreading investment outside traditional urban hubs, the government hopes to cut backlogs while boosting local economies. Investors waiting in line could see faster approvals, and indirectly, that relieves pressure on employment categories too. A warning about retrogression. Even with these positive signs, applicants must remain cautious. History shows that when demand builds up, retrogression often follows by spring or summer. EB2 and EB3 India are the most vulnerable categories. While November could bring a window of opportunity, delays or sudden rollbacks later in 2026 are entirely possible. That's why acting early is crucial. One important point to keep in mind is how filing dates work. Even if final action dates don't advance much, filing charts often give a head start. By filing early, you secure work permits, travel authorization, and a degree of protection against future retrogressions. This is why November matters. It could be your one chance to get ahead before the lines freeze again. What applicants should do now? Check both the final action and dates for filing charts. If your date is eligible, prepare and submit your adjustment of status application immediately. Apply for work authorization and advanced parole alongside your I-485. Avoid unnecessary travel if you're adjusting from inside the U.S. Advanced parole helps, but it's not risk-free. Employers should also act quickly. Filing now not only secures workers' futures, but also strengthens retention in competitive industries. Big picture. What November 2025 means. Taken together, the November 2025 Visa Bulletin is shaping up to be one of cautious optimism. EB2 India may see its most meaningful movement in years. EB3 is stabilizing after summer retrogressions, and family categories remain steady without major setbacks. Spillover visas and USCIS policy changes are pushing momentum forward, but applicants should remain realistic about the risks of future retrogression. Conclusion. This was your November 2025 Visa Bulletin prediction and analysis. While nothing is guaranteed until the official release, the signs point to continued progress, especially in employment-based categories. Whether you're an applicant, a family member, or an employer, now is the time to prepare, file, and stay ahead of the curve. If you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell for future immigration updates here on Visa Intel USA. Thanks for watching. Stay informed. Stay ahead.